What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. Everybody smash that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe and show some love in them comments. Let's get right to it. Stop trying to control narcissists when they copy you. Smile and bask in your own greatness. Smile back and bask in your own greatness. All right? It's very annoying when you're the type of person that you just want to stay to yourself, right? And you live in a world where you really can't control what goes on around you. So, being the type of person that's very private, you stay to yourself, you really don't bother anyone, you don't want to be bothered. You try to just, stay to yourself and try to just keep to yourself. But not being able to control what goes on around you, you might tend to be frustrated because people are going to do things and they're not going to make sense to you all the time. All right. Sometimes, as a person that likes to be in charge of what they do and how things go for themselves, you may try to find yourself trying to be in control of and be in charge of things that are outside of you. And for your own mental health, you have to realize that you don't control what other people do outside of you. You don't control anything that happens outside of you. So once you come to the realization that you don't have any power over what happens around you, all you do is have power over what happens inside you and how you feel about things, then you start to become more powerful. You start to become that person that you always thought you could be, and you start to find that power that you always look for. All right, you really start to find that control over yourself that you always look for. That how come I'm always upset? How come I'm always bothered by things? Now, when you stop trying to control everything that's going on around you, you stop being bothered by things. So there are petty people out there, and there are petty people, mainly people with narcissistic personality disorder or full-blown narcissists. They watch people and they copy what you do when you ignore them to try to get attention from you. All right, that's one reason. Sometimes when you ignore people and you're focused on yourself, they'll copy you in an attempt to try to get your attention. Okay, this person's not focused on me. What can I do to get their attention? Since they won't voluntarily give it to me, what can I do to make them give it to me? They'll copy you. They'll do things that you do. They'll wear the same thing as you, and it's a form of manipulation to try to get in your head and to try to frustrate you, because people can see what type of person you are. All right, a lot of people who are narcissists, they have cognitive emotional ability, and cognitive emotional intelligence, what I meant to say, allows you to tell what type of people are, and they'll use it against you. All right, so they can tell with their cognitive emotional intelligence. They can tell what things to say to get underneath your skin. They're able to see what bothers a person. All right, they're able to see what frustrates people, things of that nature. So what they'll do is they'll try to do anything and everything they can to try to bother you and get underneath your skin. All right, and believe it or not, they make this. A lot of people might crack up at this video, but there are little small things like this, little pet peeves, that learn how to before you learn how to expand your mind and your thought process, some people are bothered by these kinds of things. And in order to not be bothered by these kinds of things, you're going to have to expand your mind so you don't focus on these things. And you're going to have to redirect your focus so you can focus on other things. Because think about it. Think about how silly that is. Worrying about other people doing what you're doing. focusing on other people doing what you're doing. It's something silly to focus on, but done over enough times, it gets to a person to where a person becomes bothered by it if they start to wish that it would stop. So one way to be unbothered by people that are copying you, people that are doing the same things that you're doing in an attempt and hope to get your attention and to try to annoy you, stop wishing they would stop, because you have no power over what they do in the first place. You can't control if they want to wear the same color as you. You can't control if they wear the same outfit as you. All right. It feels weird sometimes because they do it so much to the point where it feels like they're watching you so close, and that can become uncomfortable. So believe it or not, I understand. All right. I understand how it feels to feel like you can't have something to yourself because people are always constantly watching your every move. It's weird. It makes you feel uncomfortable, creates anxiety. But the one thing you have to do is not fear that they're going to do that. And you have to not focus on them doing that. So don't fear that they're going to do that. All right. So what you're going to have to do is just, instead of fearing, because over time over time, this behavior will cause you to have a fear of, are people going to copy you? And you don't want to have that. All right. That's a whole nother video. You don't want to have the fear of people doing things that you don't like. So, because then it could possibly manifest. So to not have the fear of the things that people are doing that you don't like, focus on good, wholesome people coming into your life that do things that you do like. And that's just one tip to help you focus on better things, because like I said, we want to redirect our focus, we want to redirect our mind, so that way we can keep our peace, and that way we could continue to focus on good things, godly things, and overall just have a good day and focus on things that we like, keep our mind on things that we like, and not have our mind on negative things like a lot of other individuals, like they want to do. If that's what they want to do, that's their thing. But we have to not get sucked in by it, pause, not get drawn in by it, and we have to not get dragged in by it. All right, we have to take a step back from other people's negativity, other people's negative minds, other people's negative ways of doing things, not take it personal. All right, if somebody is upset because you're not giving them any attention, they start copying you, oh well, there's nothing you could do about it. If you focus on it and if you allow that to bother you, you're only getting drawn into lower vibrational activity. And you don't want to get drawn into lower vibrational activity. It's annoying to have neighbors copy you, but the one way to get over it is wanting them to stop. If your neighbors are bored, if they have nothing else to do, if they're the type of person, if they have the type of borderline personality disorder or a type of mental illness to where seeing other people's misfortune brings them joy, that's a sickness. So you have to take that into consideration. Just because that person's not walking around sneezing, just because that person's not disabled, just because it doesn't seem like there's nothing wrong with that person's walking around seeming normal, doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong with that individual. And today, a lot of people are walking around with stuff wrong with them, and they're pointing a finger at other people like it's something wrong with them. Like the person copying you and trying to get in your head would be like, why do you have, what's the problem? what's the problem? What's the problem? I'm only wearing the same thing you've got on. And it's like people will see you trying to fight for your own identity because they see that you're targeted. They see that everybody's watching you. They see that people are copying you, but they won't care. So since they don't care, yo, you have to join the I don't care club. All right, you may not have the same position as them in that club. You probably be chairman, but you just don't want to care. All right, you want to be in the I don't care club. People copy you, people do that type of stuff. You want to not care. All right, you want to not care. Imagine becoming successful. Imagine becoming a star or whatever, and everybody like Lil Wayne, everybody copies him. So it's like if he got bothered by everybody caught, just using that as an example, if everybody caught, and yes, I do see myself as a star, and you should too. All right. If everybody copied Lil Wayne and he let that bother him, like I used to let it bother me, that man would have jumped off a bridge. God forbid, uh, like that type of pressure. If you didn't like that's why you have to get over certain things, and that's why a lot of people aren't getting what they want out of life. Like a lot of people are asking to be rich and famous, but you don't want, it's certain things that you don't like people doing. You may not like people approaching you. You may not like talking to people. You may not like people copying you. It's certain things you have to get over that will block your success and will block certain things from manifesting because of your strong emotional feelings tied to them. So like however you strongly feel about things, that's what is going to like really help you, and that's what's going to make things manifest, whether it's something that you want or something that you have to fix that you want to stop manifesting. All right. So when people are dropping a lot in this video, make sure you take notes. You have to go back, rewind it, start it over from the beginning. So when you don't want to care about little petty things like people copying you and neighbors watching you and things like that, your main focus is going to have to be on the things that you like to do, the things that you love to do, the things that bring you joy, things that bring you peace, right? Things that make you happy. And it's all about redirecting your focus. When things make you upset and you try to change it, you think you can't change it, you think there's no hope, all right, then you start to focus on that, and it becomes something that can upset you because it's like you have it's like a cloud hanging over your head. It's like something that will never change, and you feel downtrodden by it, and it's like it becomes a burden in your life. It's like, oh man, I'm caring about this thing. I wish they would just stop. Why won't they just not do that? Why wouldn't people just do what they want to do and just be original and be unique? Why people gotta copy people, and that's weird. I don't like that. Who cares? Don't even allow it to be something that bothers you, because the only way it's bothering you is in your own mind with your thoughts, because you're trying to stop it. You're trying to figure out why they're doing it. You're trying to figure out why they won't stop doing it. It's racking your brain instead of allowing you to focus on getting some racks with your brain. All right, and you want to be able to get some racks with your brain. All right, you want to be able to be racked up and racked out, shawty. All right, you don't want to be focused on these haters and stuck around them. All right, that's the trick of the devil. The devil will take your mind off of something good that you just was focused on, and boom. All right, the devil wants you to stay focused on the lower level things so that you'll be stuck, or the lower level things will keep you trapped, because whatever you're focused on, that's what you're going to be magnetizing to yourself. So if you're focused on something, whatever it is, how people are treating you, what people are doing, something that's getting on your nerves and it's lower vibrational, like whatever you're focused on, that's what you're going to keep in your life. And that's what's going to keep you held down and bound in certain situations, certain places, certain circumstances, and around certain people. All right, are we breaking it down today? Praise God. Okay, so you don't want these things to happen, right? So something as simple as you not focused on the right thing can keep you trapped in an area, in a place, an environment that you don't want to be in. So, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, even if it's something as small as your attention, your focus, your peace of mind. Like when you're supposed to be focused on other things and paying attention to things that is good and that will benefit you, the devil will come and try to get you to point that point that focus in another direction, to try to break down that new mindset that you're trying to develop. Like the devil is mad that you're trying to develop a new mindset and trying to leave that old mindset behind. All right, the one where you care about what other people are doing, the one where you're focused on other people more than yourself, the one where you're not paying attention to what you're doing but paying attention to what everybody else is doing. All right, and that's why you may not be getting where you want to in life. That may be why you aren't where you want to be in life. Not saying it's totally wholeheartedly your fault, but if you don't change your thinking because you can't change others, then it will end up the result will end up being your fault because you didn't realize or learn along the lines, or somewhere somehow you had to change your mind and redirect your focus. And that's what success is about. That's what focus is about. That's what getting ahead in life is about. That's what change and growth, all those things are about. Redirecting your focus. Focus on things that will better you. Focus on things that make you better, not focus on things that make you angry, frustrated, and want to possibly do something to try to change it because you can't change people. Getting upset at something that you can't change in a person, and constantly focusing on that will end up making you get angry, and you don't want to get angry over something that you can't change in a person, because that may cause you to try to take that out on the person physically, and that's not good for you. You don't want to end up in any. That's why people end up getting into fights and physical altercations and stuff like that, and that's over anger and getting mad. Somebody will do something, you wish it would change, they won't stop, you get mad, you let it bother you, and then you want to bop them upside the head because it's something in them that you trying to make them change. You can't make anybody change anything, and you shouldn't want to. Only thing you should want to change is yourself and how you feel about it, so that way you can elevate. Let them stay on the lower level. All you're supposed to elevate. If somebody's on a lower level and something they're doing is bothering you, that's an opportunity for you to grow and elevate. All right, go up. All right, just like the Bible says, they went up. You need to go up too, so that way you won't be down bottom with all the people trying to keep you bound on the lower level, because they want to keep you trapped. They want to keep your focus on things that are of less importance, because when you're paying attention to yourself, when you're staying to yourself, you hardly say anything. They see you as a focused person. They see you as somebody that is thinking about the right things, because they see you unbothered. That's why they try to come bother you. They want to see what bothers you. They want to see what gets underneath your skin. What can they do to get on your nerves? Because you're staying to yourself, you're focused, and you got a private life. You keep your life private. You don't really talk a lot. You don't really say much, and especially to people like that. And you're not supposed to, because people with those narcissistic personality disorders, the things that you say to them and talk to them about, they use against you as firepower. All right, so you have to keep things to yourself, and you have to keep your conversations short with people that copy you, people that envy you. All right, people that copy you, there's a lot of envy, there's a lot of jealousy, there's a lot of hate there, and sometimes they won't necessarily come to terms with that. So what they'll do is they'll just battle it out with you on the mental level while they smile in your face, and all the while they want to take your place, kind of thing. So you don't want to make that your main focus, because you can't change those people, and what they want to do is they want to bring you down, and the devil wants to use them to take your mind off of the things you're supposed to be manifesting: money, success, wealth, health, prosperity. Imagine being in an area where you're supposed to be working on yourself and getting ahead, but you constantly keep getting distracted by lower level things which are keeping you bound and held down. You'll never you'll never end up getting to where you are supposed to get to. So one way for you to get to where you're supposed to get to is to not focus on those things that are trying to keep you distracted. All it is a trick and tactic by the devil, because he's mad and upset that you're changing your mind and you're trying to grow and you're elevating, and the same things that used to bother you and keep you missing out on opportunities, keep you missing out on life, keep you held back, you're starting to grow and leave those things behind. So anything like that is petty, anything that gets on your nerves, anything that these narcissistic neighbors, copiers, petty monitoring spirits want to do, don't allow it to bother you. Um, I know these people are watching you close. I know it's frustrating, but you have to put your mind on things that you want. You have to put your mind on the life that you want. Focus on what you want to be and what you want to do, so that way you won't have to be around these people and see these people. Because when you're around them and you can make it so you're unbothered, you're saving a lot of energy and you're harnessing a lot of power for you to be able to manifest your true desires, instead of continuously manifesting the negative manifestation from these lower level entities that you don't want in your life. All right. With that, Everybody should know how to handle these people and how to not be affected and bothered by these types of copying individuals. This video is coming to a close. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. If you stayed to this long, all right, you're a real chosen vessel, and I appreciate that. Smash that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Tell me how you felt about this video in the comments. If there's any other subjects you'd like for me to talk about, comment that below, and I'll see everybody in the next video.